Hello, welcome back. Today I am going through all of my Pointe shoes. Excuse my leg. All of my Pointe shoes thus far. I've been dancing for 2 years and I have 10 Pointe shoes. I love having problematic feet, right? Okay. Number 1, block. So here are my first ever shoes, block. Of course, who doesn't have blocks? And they were the Axiom in a 7.5 1X. And the Axiom has a long vamp, and if you'll notice, I have short toes, long vamp, short toes. Not a great match already. Oh, geez. These shoes are just so interesting. Okay. I wore them for 5 months about, even though they were absolute crap for my feet. I've kind of just, yeah, they've been outside and stuff, so, oh, and look at that crunchy box. I have them tied up because I put them on my wall, you know, everybody does that. And, first of all, this would be a good vamp length for me. The box probably could have gone narrower, but the main issue is that it was way too long for my foot. Surprisingly, they just up way too long. Like, I've tried on a block in a 7 and that's closer, but the 1X or the A, depending on the style and block, is just too wide for my foot. So 7.5, heck no, and an X. I don't even know how I wore these. Like, my foot was sitting in the middle. Or no, like, the shank broke way up here because my foot was in the back. And then I just was floating. Like, I didn't ever hit the end of the box. I was just floating up here because I couldn't make it down there. And so what I wore was actually these toe pads, but if you saw my last video, I kind of butchered them. So here are my current toe pads, and they're a little bigger. So I was wearing even smaller toe pads with this. And then a traditional toe spacer, you know. And that was it. Actually, I would get major blistering on this side of my foot, probably because of the rubbing. Yeah, I was probably sinking. So, not the best shoe. Let's try it on real quick. And try to not break ourselves. Yes. So, left. I still have the ribbons. Also, these ribbons sucked. They were like polyester, didn't stretch at all. I don't know why they even sell these. Oh, gosh. So, already the shoe feels way too big. Oh. Oh, kidding. So, let's just... Oh, yeah. That's cute. Really not the best. And the shank is very dead, so I'm going to hold on to the wall here. And just... Ugh. Ouch. Yeah, I can't even get on my box. Who thought these were cute? Ow. I don't like this at all. Oh, that demi point is broken in, girl. Yeah. I can't make it. Nope. These are coming off. Okay. So, that's probably the worst shoes I've ever worn. These next ones, though, are also pretty terrible. Russian Pointe. Russian Pointe Rubin. So, these are pretty squared to semi-tapered. Well, I mean, they're semi-tapered, but they're square for my foot. Oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, maybe not the right foot. This one's a little better. Oh, these are dead. These are really dead. Okay. I don't know why I still have elastics on these. I'll probably cut them off and use them for new shoes. These were size 42, and I don't really know my real European foot size. I've never worn Russians again, so I don't really know what size would work for me in these. They were a width 2 and a vamp 2, which is the standard vamp in Russian Pointes. You have to special order the lower, higher ones. And the shank was flexible soft, and I actually never broken the shank, really. It's pretty hard. Like, by hand, sure, but no, my foot didn't break it in. Oh god, these are so soft. The box dies in Russians really fast, just FYI. Like, if you don't believe me, look at this. I wore them for like 2 months. Okay, probably more than that. But the issue with this was it was either too short because or too wide because my foot was jammed at the end. So actually it was probably a combination of both. Just too short in general kind of hurt me. I just stuff a bunch of lamb's wool in with my toe pad to make it feel better. And again, I was using that old small toe pad, so here goes. Please don't break on me. Oh, also I'd like to note the vamp on this was actually alright. It's a little high, but the vamp wasn't hindering me at all. And I actually used it as a model for my first vamp cutting experience with Grishko. So they're pretty oh, I already feel the end of the shoe. It's pretty tight, and as you can see, pretty wide. Okay, we're gonna be careful here. So they're pretty broken in. I feel like I'm in soft shoes, and we're gonna be very careful. Ouch, I am on the floor, like I feel connected. I'm literally on the floor. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. That's quite enough of that. I hope that's enough for you. Not a huge fan. They're really soft though, like, okay. Next. So, next is my Grishko adventure, and I wore, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 pairs of Grishkos back there. So clearly those are my favorite shoes. And all I wore for pretty much a year. So yeah, I've only been dancing on Pointe for 2 years. This was still in my first year. And I only wore 3 shoes first year and the rest of the 7 in my next / over the summer. So Russians were no. I never went back to Russians. I'm scared of them. I don't think they have a size for me. I don't know. Also, look at all of these bags that Grishkos come in. No thanks. So here was my first pair of Grishkos, and I almost wish they were untainted, but I did end up cutting my shank in the middle of the summer. Or not my shank, my vamp. Because I looked at a video and I was like, wait a second, my vamp is too high. Let's fix this. So it actually dramatically improved my work. But for the end of the year when I was getting judged, I was in a shoe with this shoe with a super high vamp, this exact shoe. And it wasn't great. I wasn't on my box ever. Like, I was like, and this is the 7.5, 2X. 2 X's. This is just a wide shoe. At first, it actually held me up pretty well, but it died real quick. And I think I tried jet gluing the bottom of this, probably because I was sinking, so the bottom of the platform is like soft. I've always had a medium shank. That's all they sold. But this is, just FYI, this is like the smallest width they had at my store. So they never even tried me in a 1X because they didn't bother buying one because my foot was big. So they assumed that I don't need a narrow shoe. Okay. So this one, oh god, it's not really that dead, but it is. I couldn't wear it anymore because I was sinking so much that it hurt, so I got another pair. Anyway, okay. I mean, it actually doesn't feel that bad until I start wearing it more, and now I feel sinking already. And the vamp could be a little lower, but I was just getting used to doing that, so I don't blame myself. They're actually pretty comfortable so far. But yeah, I do feel like I'm in the end of the unless it's sinking. Alright. Now this next one's not very exciting. It's just the same shoe again. Right? Yeah. So it's just another 2X. It probably looks the same. Yeah, they're pretty much the same. Alright. So we're going to skip number 4. This is number 3, by the way. And now we're on to shoe 5, which hopefully you all remember. It's from my Grishko Nova unboxing video. This is that shoe. Look how nasty it got. And I did cut down the vamp. I think I also made a video on that. Oh, it's really not that dead. Like, it's got some life in it for a foot that would fit it. But the vamp is kind of soft right here. The sides are surprisingly not so dead. But I wore these for like auditions and stuff. And they were okay. I got a part, which was nice. So here they are. I know you all said they look like a perfect fit, but I started thinking, and I actually can't feel the end of the shoe ever. Like, I'm trying, but I just can't. They're just too long for me, and a little too wide. Ooh. So, yeah, compared to the shoes I'm used to wearing now, these really don't feel that great, and I don't feel like I'm on my box either. I don't know if I am. Yeah, I think it's just that I'm not at the end of the shoe, and it's just not great. But they were nice for a bit. Okay. So I don't remember what came next. Let's take a look. Oh, now these are exciting. So I only wore one pair of the 7.5X because I was like, okay, these are not working. Let's fix something. So I actually went down a half size, and if you watched my last video, I did an update, and this is update. From here on, this is like updating you guys. By the way, I have knee issues, so don't worry about my compression sock. I have a dislocating kneecap, poor thing. Yeah, so these were the ProFlex 2007s because I wanted bunion help, and then I also went down a half size to 7, and just the same width because a 2X would be wider than the shoe I was wearing. Anyway, so here's the 7X. And the ProFlex shank, I didn't really like it all that much. I felt a little twisting because it was like, I don't know why it was twisting, but this one was kind of weird. Not a huge fan of the ProFlex, but I think I wore these for about a month. And I do 2 classes a week, so 3 hours on Pointe. Not a lot. So I can finally feel the end of the shoe when I'm really trying. And it's tight. Oh, these are very soft. And I'm just wearing right now a toe pad and a toe spacer, just as normal. And that's actually not what I wear in these anymore. But they're nice. I think they're pretty. And they finally look nice on me, you know. I think this shoe shows off my foot the best. The arch is a little weird, probably because of the 3/4 shank and then me gluing it and all that. So this shoe, not mad at it. I wish it lasted longer, and I don't really see any difference between it and a normal 2007, so the bunion issues were still getting worse. And I got another pair in the 2007, so I'm just going to put these on real quick. And my 2 here, yeah, no, that's it. This is probably the last one of these I'll try on because they're all the same from here. But next one is not going to be. So then this is just the normal 2007. This is my 7th shoe. And I wore this one for Nutcracker. I was in 4 shows with a duet. And it's pretty much the same, so not bad. a little bit of bunion pain in these. I don't know. Oh, that's because these are jet glued. That's right. I tried jet gluing the box to make it last longer, and it kind of hurts because it's so hard. It's not the best solution to a dead box. Anyway, oh, this one's fun. Then I tried Suffolk shoes. All right, the Vamp. I wanted these because the Vamp is already short. Suffolk prides himself on like low profile shoes with a low Vamp. So I was like, yeah, I want that. This is wild. So these really didn't fit me. They aren't the best. So I already did a video on these. I'm not going to talk about them really. Let's just see the crazy padding I would wear with these, because that's the interesting part. We're trying these on. So first of all, hello. Okay. So first of all, I ditched big toe spacers. Instead, I cut these, they're pretty much demi spacers at this point, because I was also wearing this, which is a toe pad cover thing for bunions, just your big toe. And as you can see, I cut the pad off because it felt weird. So then I'd wear these on both feet with my little toe spacer. And then I'd also grab this, which is like, honestly, it's a piece of a pedicure thing, toe separator. So got the little toe separator. And then over top that all, I would put this huge toe pad on, but nope, that didn't work for very long because it was just way too much. It was too tight, it didn't fit really. So I cut this, and I would wear my shoes with this padding. Hi. It's interesting, I know, but it actually felt better than anything else. So here's my crazy padding. There we go. And I'd also actually take a little bit of lamb's wool and put it right there to even out my toe length. So we're just gonna stick that now. Also, I have foam in here now at this point. I never danced in class with this, so I haven't really tried it on. But I put foam tape in to try and make the shoe narrower, because you know there's like box liners that do that, but I don't have those. So, oh gosh, I can't even get my foot in here with the new stuff. All right, hold on. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna modify. Okay. Maybe let's just do the typical toe pad and toe spacer. Maybe that'll fit. Sorry for the technical issues. So we're gonna put in a normal toe pad. Because with that tape, I guess I can't fit all that padding in anymore. But the issue with padding is that it's not your foot. Oh god, I'm sorry. Okay. It's not your foot, so you're gonna feel uncomfortable, and it's just too much stuff, you know? Okay. Here are the Suffolks. You know, they're actually not that bad, except I have a lot of pain in my toes, like especially my little toes. I'm not sure why, but they're just kind of achy. And I'm just kind of sinking because it's such a square and wide box. So yeah, that was the last of those. They didn't get a lot of wear or love, unfortunately. Bye bye, Suffolks. Alright, so last but not least, here are my current shoes. I have 2 at a time. And I'm not going to try on the Novas because they're pretty much the same as, I don't know, maybe I'll do one of each. Here, right and left. So here's shoe number 9, 2007, and here's shoe number 10, a Nova. And hitting 10 shoes is kind of sad because you realize all the money you've spent, and especially on like bad shoes like those two are there. And then you remember all the dances you've been in. So here's my current padding. I take this bunion cover because it's actually very comfortable, and I do fabric side out when I don't have tights on, which is now. So that I just slip that on, and I have this demi spacer, and I'll usually cover these toes with little jellies, except that I don't have them right now, so we're gonna go bare. So this is it. This is all I wear in my shoe now, and I think it's nice because I'm still wearing about the same amount of padding as like a toe spacer and a toe pad. It's just only in the areas I need it. And I was kind of knuckling out of these shoes, but because they're very narrow and my foot is widening out as my bunions develop, so I'm kind of going for a less padded look, and it feels nice. Like, I like feeling the floor, but also not having my bunion rub against the shoe. And I kind of need some covering on my little toes, so it's going to hurt a bit, but I do it for the camera. And the Nova is the same size. It's a little bit different, and I didn't get the vamp as short as my last shoe. Okay. And I actually used the drawstring, which I don't normally. So, and I think I did the ribbons very flattering on this shoe. Okay. So here's the Nova on this foot. This is the Nova. And this is the 2007. I like these shoes. I mean, I'm still wearing them. They're my favorite so far. And that's about it. So here's my Pointe shoe story. And I hope you enjoy. And I hope if you're having any difficulties with Pointe shoes, figure out what it is. You know, leave me a comment, look it up. Maybe I'll do a little video on like how a Pointe shoe should feel, because honestly, when I first started Pointe, I didn't understand how it should feel. So I thought that floating 10 feet off the ground with your toes here and the ground here was okay. Like, it's not. You need to be at the end of your shoe. So if you guys need that kind of video, sure, I'll do it. But I hope if you're a dancer, I hope your dancing you're enjoying it. And if you're on Pointe, I hope you enjoy Pointe, because it can be good when you have the right tools. So, have a nice day. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.